But I am filming on my iPhone 13 for a reason, and the quality is like so bad. I honestly do not recommend the iPhone 13 for its camera's quality if you're looking into that. If not, then you should just buy it for whatever reason. But today is a different video. Let me back up. So hello, my name is Amandy. I am an artist. I'm based in photography, and recently I just graduated from college. And so now I don't have anything to do except make videos, and that's what I'm doing right now. So today's video, I'm going to be reviewing the Canon G7X Mark II to see if this camera can be a film camera. Can it replace your 35mm film camera? Let's see what I gotta say. So, like I mentioned, I'm an art student. Well, I'm an artist now. I was an art student. I majored in art and a concentration in photography. So I know a little bit about photography. And I love film photography. That's like my heart, my joy, my pride is my film photography. And I have this Minolta 35mm film camera, and it's the X370. This is my first ever film camera, and I use it religiously. I get good shots and everything. This was used. On the lens, it is very dirty inside, but I still use it and I love it. But ever since the pandemic, like, prices are crazy and film got expensive. Usually a roll of a 35mm, like either black and white, 36 exposure shots. Before the pandemic, it was usually around like $4. And then like $5 or $6 in total with the tax and shipping. Because I always bought mine online. But then the pandemic hit and prices got crazy, and now film is like $10. It's like 2 times more expensive than it was before. And honestly, just graduating from college, I gotta pay my loans. I have to find a job. I don't, in this economy, film is not the best thing to gravitate towards unless you're you got the money and you're like, I got the money, I can pay for it, which is cool. I wish I were you. But because of that, I can't really shoot film as much as I want to. I gotta put this down before I break it. That being said, I'm trying to find alternative cameras or alternative ways to still get that film aesthetic photo. And what I mean by film aesthetics, I mean that grainy, almost very 90s, 80s, that nostalgic feel to it. Also, sometimes they could have a bit of light leaks, especially in color film. You could have those beautiful color gradients that usually get with film. The other thing with film is that you have to process it. So that's another cost. Having to buy developer, fixture, and all that jazz. It's another cost to it. Unless there are places that do develop film, but it's you also have to pay for that, and then you have to scan your film to get it digitally and to see your film. So that's the whole point of this video. It's trying to see if the Canon, what is this? the Canon G7X can work as a film camera. And so I took a trip to Mexico and I brought this camera with me. And I'm going to tell you my experience with it. So I like how compact and small this camera is. Usually if you take a film camera, it's usually very bulky compared to this. And so I like the size. I like how compact this camera is versus a film camera. Also, when you go through TSA or through the airport, customs, all that jazz, you don't have to take out your film camera or your film for them to look over through the x-ray machines. So I like that. I like how it's easy and very convenient. It did take me a while to get used to the settings though, because I am not used to taking photos with this camera. I usually film videos. I'm a vlogger, I'm a YouTuber. This is what the camera was mainly for, videos. And so using this camera for photos, it was a bit, not difficult, but it was a bit challenging to trying to learn how to use the manual settings. So while I was using this camera, I was just trying to get to the settings, getting used to the settings of this. I did like how I was able to just point and shoot. So this is more like a point and shoot camera. You can obviously set the settings to audio. You can set the settings to auto if you're not a professional photographer or you're just learning, which I should have done, because to be honest, like I said, I was getting used to this camera, like the settings. I just didn't know how the photos were gonna look like. So yes, I went to Manzanillo, which is, no, actually I didn't use it there. No, I did. I used this camera when I went to Mexico, and I went to not Colombia. I'm like so over the place. So I took this camera to my Mexico trip, and I went to Colima and Manzanillo, and I took some photos there. And these are the photos. Now, my consensus with this is that what is this whole video is about is whether or not this can be a film camera. And honestly, it could be. But the only reason it could be a film camera is not because the photos, like once you take the photo and you see it, it does not look like a film photo. It's not a film camera. It's on the after editing process that makes it a film camera. Like, I love how great quality this has and how amazing and digitally impressive the photos are. I must admit, it does have that digital DSLR photo quality, but I wouldn't necessarily say it gives that film aesthetics. As I mentioned in the beginning of the video, how grainy and how beautiful colors, tones look like with film cameras. And I feel like the only way you're gonna get that film aesthetic is in the after editing process. And so some of these photos that I took and I put them in Photoshop, I edited so much with the color balance and the tone of the photos enough to make them look like film. And that's the only reason how I got the photos to look like film. So in the end, I my consensus, like my final thoughts, it's okay. It's like pretty decent. It is when I bought this camera like 4 years ago or something, 2019. It was roughly almost $600. For me, that's pricey, but not as pricey as like a Fujifilm camera that I really want, which is $1,000, even more, like up to $2,000. So for the price range, I have to say it's pretty good. The photos do come out a nice, beautiful quality. It comes out crisp, almost better than an iPhone photo. But to call this as a film camera, I wouldn't go as far to call it as that. It is all in the after editing process. And that's what I give Photoshop a round of applause for their program. Even though I hate the prices. I hate the prices for Adobe. Like all my artists out there, they know they have to pay like monthly, like $20 to use their programs. Like, come on. That's another topic. But if you're an artist, you're a photographer, you have to make that investment in buying that Photoshop, the Adobe Creative Cloud, whatever. So, I mean, there's other free apps, I believe, that could also make your photos into film that you can try. But I'm still holding this. Voy a put it down. But I just don't think it's enough to call it a film camera. It's not. But for the price range and for what it's worth, and also how compact the camera is, I think I like it. I would use it. I would try to use it more often. But so yeah, that's it. I just wanted to see if like that camera can have the quality of a film camera, and it turns out not so much. It's like, I think it's all based on how you know to work the camera. I was my first time. I did not know. I was like, I had a lot of underexposure shots, and the lighting was like, in one area it was very bright. It was like the way the camera focused, that like some areas were very bright, overexposed, and the areas that I wanted to concentrate on, they were underexposed, and it was not looking good. I had to do a lot of editing for it to get the way I wanted it to get. That's my neighbor, if you heard that. But yes, I definitely want to try out more shooting with that camera to see if it makes a difference, or if it's all in the after editing process. I'm still trying to experiment on how to get more of film quality photos. I'm open to suggestions if you know a camera. But right now, like I said, I just graduated. I have no job. I don't think I am able to spend a lot of money on buying different cameras. So I'm just trying to find that economical, that low expensive film cameras. I know you could always get the disposable ones, but the film, it's like up there. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a like, comment down below if you're also a photographer. Check me out on Instagram at 828artworld.com, not .com. So yeah, that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please like, comment, subscribe. And I am definitely going to try to do more photography, art related videos. I might do like cyanotype, I don't know. I'll see you guys in the future. Bye.